Welcome to the setup and maintenance video for the E-Instruments E8500 Plus Portable Industrial Combustion Flue Gas and Emissions Analyzer. The E8500 Plus is easy to operate with simple push-button operation instead of complex menus. Measure. This button displays all the parameters that the analyzer is capable of measuring and calculating. You can also zoom in by pushing the measure button again to make sure the screen is easier to read. Store button. Store and recall any tests and data for downloading to your PC to keep digital records and for emailing test reports. Print button. This allows you to send information to the optional remote Bluetooth wireless printer very easily and can also print the combustion analysis and emissions report while performing measurements in the field. Setup. This allows a user to change and select the configuration of the analyzer, including the time and date, measuring units, oxygen reference level, and more. Calibration. The calibration button takes you to the calibration menu where you can calibrate the gas sensors as well as temperature and pressure. Before starting up and using the E8500 Plus, first check a few things with the analyzer. Take a look at the line filter that collects dust, ash, and particulates from the stack gas. You can access this filter by pulling 4 black captive screws and pulling out the filter panel. The line filter gets dirty from the outside in, so you can easily see how dirty it is at all times. There's also a disposable condensation disc filter inside the analyzer that collects any residual moisture that might be in the stack gas after it passes through the chiller. It is recommended to replace this filter a few times each year. You need to open up the analyzer by removing 4 screws to access and replace the condensation filter. It is recommended that the unit is turned on in a fresh ambient air environment since the analyzer runs an auto calibration cycle right after the analyzer is turned on. Turn on the analyzer by holding down the on-off button. You will see the screen illuminate. Following the instructions on the screen, then press the OK button and the 180-second auto zero calibration cycle will start to count down. Once the auto zero cycle is completed, the unit will beep to indicate its completion and it will show the main analysis measuring screen. Now you can connect the probe and hoses to the analyzer. One hose pushes into the sample in port on the analyzer, while the other hose connects to the positive pressure port. The long high temperature probes only have a single hose that connects to the sample in port. The probe's thermocouple connector pushes into the yellow temperature number 1 input. Now you can insert the probe into the stack and start your combustion analysis and emissions monitoring. It is strongly recommended to keep the E8500 Plus inside its gray protective carrying case during normal operations. Besides protecting the analyzer, keeping it in the case will also make it easy to see the display screen, access the filter panel, and allow for condensate to automatically drain out the bottom of the case. The E8500 Plus can run off rechargeable battery power or AC power. If you plan to run off battery power, please make sure to charge the analyzer the entire night before with the unit turned off. The analyzer can run up to 5 hours on a fully charged battery pack. It is recommended to run off AC power as often as possible. If you do not plan to use the E8500 Plus for several weeks, then it is recommended to charge the analyzer for 6 to 12 hours every 2 to 3 weeks. If you have the analyzer running for more than 45 minutes at a time, it is recommended to run a fresh auto zero cycle every 45 to 60 minutes by disconnecting the hoses from the analyzer and using the calibration button menu to force the calibration. This periodic purge will help prevent sensor drift and optimize the accuracy of the gas sensor measurements. When shutting down the E8500 Plus after testing is completed, it is recommended to purge the analyzer with clean air for a few minutes with the hoses connected and then an additional 10 minutes or more with the hoses disconnected before completely turning off the analyzer, as this will purge any toxic gases and help better protect the sensors and lengthen their lives. Our factory recommendation for recalibration of the analyzer is at least once each year. You can send the E8500 Plus back to E-Instruments for recalibration with a new calibration certificate, or you can calibrate yourself with the proper calibration span gas bottles and calibration setup. The calibration procedure and details are included in the manual. Please refer to the E8500 Plus manual and quick operating guide found on a USB flash drive that came with the analyzer for more details about the proper operations and maintenance of the analyzer. For more information about the E8500 Plus, please visit the E-Instruments website at www.e E8500-inst.com.